Hello, crafters on wonderful YouTube. It's my home away from home, apparently. On it all the time. Anyways, my little man's down for a nap. I managed to get some lunch in. I didn't think I was going to be able to craft because he woke up while I was eating my lunch, said hi to me, and then laid back down and went back to sleep. So, he's such a cutie. So I'm snuck up here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to I haven't really got to play around much with my new dies from Diemond Dies. And I don't know how much crafting I'll be able to do this weekend because my husband's going camping, and so I'm going to be at home with all 3 kids, and yeah, sometimes that makes that a little hard. So I figured I'd play around a little bit today while little man is taking his nap, and I just want to kind of cut them, each of them, just so I can see like how they cut and all that wonderful stuff. And I figured I would turn the camera on and let you all watch. And all I'm doing, I'm just digging out some scrap paper because I don't know if I'll end up using these later on. So I'm not really like, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, I can't make it that color because that's not realistic. That's not me, because you can use any color for any of them, I think. So diemonddies.com if you want to order any of these. And if you do, excuse me for a second, coupon code Kerri's Friend, KERRISFRIEND, will get you 10% off your entire purchase and free shipping. So use that if you're going to order anything from Diemond Dies. So let me get this out of the way. And the first one I pulled out, and I actually pulled this out yesterday because this was my plan yesterday. The fern leaf, and I no more than got my intro done in my video and got the leaf off of that plastic back or paper backing, and my little man woke up. So I was like, well, that was short-lived. And so here we are today trying to do it. Well, hopefully he stays asleep. So I'm just grabbing some cards, like I said, some scrap cardstock that I have. And this cardstock that I'm grabbing right now, let's zoom out some. Okay, this cardstock is actually paper tray ink. So if you've ever used paper tray ink, it's really thick cardstock. So let me show you. I did get to play with the rose die. The other night I pulled it out and was messing around with it. And let me tell you what, I'm not that good at it yet. It's definitely one I'm going to have to practice. And I am even going to show you what happened. Okay, this was the first one that I made. And I did every layer a different color of paper so I could see like where I was messing up. And basically where I was messing up was my bud, the 2 small ones that you use to make the bud on the inside. Yeah, because like look at how much space was in there. Oh, it was horrible, and I got too much glue up on the petals, so I couldn't get them to roll down. Like look at that, because the glue got all up in there. So that one just ended up horrible. And then the next one I cut it all red, and it actually somewhat resembles a rose, so it's not too bad actually. So and I'm going to keep working on it. I'm going to keep trying because practice makes perfect, right? So all I'm doing here is my multi-purpose platform that came with my big shot cutting plate, the die, cardstock on top, and top cutting plate. I'm just going to run it through. yeah. Alright, let's move this out of the way. And let's zoom back in. So right now, like, you can already see that cut. So that's really cool. And I don't want to break it. Yeah, I'm not on camera. Sorry. I have a tendency to try to do stuff in my lap, so I pull it down. Because, like, when I'm not recording, I pull stuff down in my lap a lot of times when I'm doing stuff. I don't know why. It's just habit. And there you go. We have a beautiful, what's this pink color called? I know what it's called. Oh, it's their, like, hot pink in case the, I don't know how it's going to show up on camera. I can't think of the name of it. But we have a nice hot pink fern leaf. And the one thing I am going to say is if you're using like pattern paper, if you want the pattern to show in your leaf like okay, sorry, I can't pick it back up. Like this is the front of my leaf, and if you're using pattern paper and this is the side you want to show, take your pattern paper and place the side that you want to show down on it, so that the side that is showing is facing the die, because when it does cut, and I noticed this is the same with the roses, this is the side that was down on the die, and it just seems to have like the nicer rounder edges, whereas on the back you got the more just kind of abrupt edges where it's basically it's where the blade has like cut around. It's hard, I don't really know how to explain it, but you definitely want whatever you're gonna have showing face the die, because you do get the cleaner cut, the cleaner look. There we go. Let's go with look. That's a good word. So, all right. So that was the fern leaf. All right, let's check out another one. Let's see, what's next? Well, I'm not gonna do the rose right now because that's like its own video in itself, because that one takes me a while. Probably won't do the sunflower in this video either, because that one I think is going to take me a little while to put together. Although a couple of the other design team members, they have used, it's Laura from Laura Loves Laces, I think is her YouTube. She's used the sunflower die, and she gives a lot of good hints, tips on there. And she's also found out multiple other uses for it. And I don't know what type of glue they use to attach these to those papers, but man, they're hard to get off. Alright, I guess we'll just leave it on there. It'll help hold it in place. Okay, so let's make our pine leaf. Oh yeah, this one's the pine leaf. Or pine branch. Duh. Why would I show it upside down? Because y'all can read upside down, right? And I just grabbed some yellow. But anyways, yes, Laura Loves Laces. If you go to Diemond Dies, they have links to, or Diemond Dies YouTube channel, they have links to all the other design team members, and you can get to her channel. I'll try to put a link to her video in my description box, or in the description box of this video, in my description box. Oh, I'm so off today. Alright, let's zoom out. But she shows how to make Christmas lights with the sunflower dye. How she made a turkey. And there was something else too. But she created some really cute stuff. So this one you can already see it cut all the way through. This one's very delicate. So I feel like I'm like a little out of it with talking. Like I think I was in the middle of something just now and didn't finish saying what I was saying, so I'm very sorry. I know I was talking about Laura Loves Laces, so I'm going to try to remember to put the link to her video in my description box so you can all check that out. Alright, I think we are still attached right here. Yep. Now see, the other design team members have recommended using a shim, like just a piece of cardstock or something, when you put this one through because of how delicate it is. And I'm going to recommend it too. Just because I had this one part stay connected. And I don't ever have a problem with my machine. Like, although these are honestly the first thin dies besides the Tim Holtz long dies. These are the first type of dies like this I've ever had, so I guess I shouldn't say I've never had any issues because all I've ever used are the big fat dies. So, and I'm just picking out all these little in-between pieces right now, making sure that they're all coming out. So yes, especially if your die machine has trouble cutting sometimes with thin dies, I would recommend using a shim with this one. But wow, oh my god, that's gorgeous. Look at that. It almost makes me want to create like a, like some bright fall projects, like using these dies but use like these nice bright colors like this and make something just, you know, just off the wall different with brights and colors and all that good stuff. Or brights, making it fall theme but using, you know, God, I can't talk today. Alright, excuse me. So let's go next to the large monarch butterfly. And so, like I say, this is the monarch butterfly in large. I may look into getting one of those art bin cases to keep these in, because like once you take them down off of the paper that it's originally packaged in, like you have the little cellophane, but you can put it in and you can keep it in that. But I think I might look into one of those. So that way they're all kept all nice and neat. Now, me, when I get them like this, and with the rose one, I cut them apart. Because to me, especially this one, like, because you're going to want, you're going to want, but I want the base and the top part with all the detail to be two different colors. So, like, you put this in like this, and it's like, you're going to have your papers overlapping, basically, to try to get your full antennas and then the bottom of this. So I cut them apart, and I just have some wire cutters, and I just get as close to the die as I can. That way I'm not leaving some sharp edges. And see, and then it shoots across my desk. And then I just try to get that little bit off. I know I'm off screen right now, but I'm trying to do it so I don't have some little sharp metal piece laying on my desk that's going to stab me in the arm here in a minute. Alright. So I got it the best I could off of that one. And then this one's got two little ones coming off of there. So I'm just going to trim them off too. There. See? Easy as that. And then it makes it to where you can do your two different colors at the same time and not have to worry about it. There. So, let's see here. Let's do light blue on the bottom. And I know I'm not doing realistic colors, but that's the point. We're getting crazy. Although I'm sure there are blue butterflies. So we got light blue. And then we'll do this nice dark blue for the top. Now the other, like I say, the other design team members that have already been able to use theirs and play with theirs, this was another one that a shim was recommended for. But I'm going to try without, because like I say, I've never really had a problem with my Big Shot not cutting dies. So that Pine Branch was the first one that ever didn't, and it only just didn't release in one spot. So I wouldn't actually worry about that one too much probably either. I may not have just ran it through properly or something. I definitely didn't need a shim with this one because I felt that one cutting. Okay. So that just popped right out of there. Oh, let's zoom down in. So there's our base one. So pretty, pretty blue butterfly. And there, so that was cool. I had the little pieces were kind of stuck in these little circles, and all I did was tap it and they came right out. But there's also holes in the back, so you can use a die pick and just kind of press them out, or any like pointy thing you have. Like a paper piercer would be perfect. So now we're just going to push on all these little pieces. Okay. Yep. Alright, well with this one, the overlay, I will recommend a shim because I have a couple spots that didn't cut all the way through. So I will get those out later. What I want to do right now is I want to get something to use as a shim and recut it to show you that that's all you're going to need. It's not the die itself, it's just not enough stuff in between here. So let's zoom back out and we'll put this back up here, get another piece of our blue cardstock. Alright, I'm just going to use, I have all my scraps that just kind of sit over here to my side. So I just have a bunch of these that are too wide, so I won't use them. I'm just, as long as I have stuff that's big enough to stay over top of that. I'm trying to find like some of my paper tray ink cardstock. Just stuff that I know is thick. Here. That should be more than enough. That's too much. Okay, let's take out these. Maybe those will overkill. Okay. Alright. I don't want to break the machine. That was too much as well. Let's try that. Okay, that was definitely still hard. So, I put 2 pieces of cardstock. And I do believe this one's a paper tray ink one. And yeah, see, that's all it took, because that just popped right out of there. Here, let's zoom in. See, that popped right out with no problems. So, just needed a shim in there. So the more intricate ones, you're going to want to use a shim with. Just, I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to. You'll just have to have a pair of like precision scissors that will, that you can get into the little areas to cut. In there. To cut out the pieces that stay in. Whoops. And then you just layer them together, glue them down. Now, one thing you could do is, since these antennas are so skinny, you could cut off like the base ones if you wanted to, the ones off the base, and then you don't have to worry about lining them up when you glue them down. Or you can glue them. I have the Zig 2-way glue pens, so I'm not going to cut mine off, because I'll just put some Zig glue on there and just boom. Because that's what I use for when I use my Cricut and I do intricate cuts, I just use the Zig. So there you have that one. It's not glued, that's why it's not lining up. So right now we have a pretty blue butterfly. Boom, see? There he is. He's a cutie. We have a bright yellow pine branch and a hot pink, oops, I thought my camera was down further, and a hot pink fern leaf. We're doing all sorts of crazies today. Okay. So what should we do? And then next is the Monarch Butterfly Small. Okay, sorry, I was looking for my cell phone. I just gotta keep an eye on the time so I make sure I'm downstairs for when my 4-year-old gets off the bus. I don't want him to get home and be like, uh-oh, where's mommy? So, he goes to, I've mentioned this in previous videos. Again, just cutting these apart. When he was 3, he got diagnosed as having a global developmental delay. Oh, and all it means is he's delayed in more than one area of his growth. And was delayed in speech, and I think it was his fine motor skills, which that one I didn't agree with because he's pretty good at stuff, but and his social skills. So anyways, he goes to a special school or it's a special classroom at the elementary school on base for 2.5 hours a day, where they work with him on all the stuff. And then he's got special therapy that we do every day off base or with, well, it's off base. It's in the nearby town. So he's getting all the help he needs so that he can get caught up before he starts school. And I'm just cutting these out. We're going to use light pink and hot pink. So yeah, I mean, we're getting him all the help he needs to get caught up and everything. But, well, no, but. So anyway, so he rides, we call it a bus, but it's like a little bit bigger than a minivan. It's a van that picks him up and takes him to and from school. And it makes him feel like such a big boy because he rides a bus to school. So, it's cute. So yeah, so they pick him up and drop him off right at the door. Because here in Germany, the kids go to like my son that's in 4th grade, he has to walk up to the bus stop. They don't do the door-to-door pickup. They do the bus stops. So, he feels like my 4-year-old feels like quite the big boy because he rides the bus to school. And I'm just going to go ahead and put one shim on top of the intricate one, the top layer. But part of the agreement of letting them ride the bus is you have to be there to get him on and off the bus. So when I'm crafting like this during the day when my youngest is sleeping and he's at school, I just make sure I watch the time so I'm downstairs in time to get him off the bus. Alright. There's our below piece, our base piece. And let's see how this turned. Oh my god, that's gorgeous. Sorry. It wasn't, it was detached. It was just kind of stuck. Let me get, nope. Thought that was my paper piercer, but it was a craft knife. I have like 5 craft knives. I don't know why. I have like one that is pretty much the only one I ever use. I have like a cheap brand one that I bought because it was cute and it has a flower and a rhinestone on the end of it. I think it's by, oh, it's a doodle bug, so it may not have been cheap. And then I have the We Are Memory Keepers one. But then the one that I use is my pink X-Acto one. That's the one I always use. And then I have the the X-Acto that's got the little tiny tip that swivels. I thought that was going to be a really awesome one for fussy cutting, which sometimes I use it, but it didn't quite work the way I thought it was going to. Like, I thought it was going to be like, I'd be able to make curves like really, really quick and easy. Didn't really turn out that way. I feel like I've switched topic 100 times in the, like, what are we at now? Half hour that I've been talking. So I'm going to finish this one up and then I'm going to end this video so that way it's not that long. Because I recently found out that my niece found out that I have a YouTube channel. And I guess she went and checked it out. And she went back to my mom, which is, you know, her grandma, and was like, Grandma, some of her videos are so long. And so I thought that was cute. But I'm assuming she was referring to when I did the video tutorial of the mini album that I made, and a lot of my videos were like 40 plus minutes long. So that one's for you, Maria. Alright. So then we have this gorgeous pink butterfly. Oh my god. I definitely picked the good colors for this one. Look at that. I'm hoping that this color turns out better than what I'm seeing it on the camera when I put it on the computer. Sorry, I was reading my phone. My husband just messaged me. But wow, that is really pretty in person. Yeah, I like that. So we have our pink butterfly, our crazy blue butterfly, our pink fern leaf, and our yellow pine branch. Wow, those are pretty. I'm definitely going to do something with these in the wonky colors that's not their norm. Like, you don't normally find them these colors, because I just think that looks really awesome. So let me tell you the color of that pink, because I know I'm going to get asked. So before I even get asked, I have the ribbon here, right here. Raspberry Fizz. Right? Yep. Raspberry Fizz is that pink, and it's from Paper Tray ink. I love Paper Tray Ink's paper because it is so thick and heavy. So like when you fold it, it holds the fold, or die cutting it gives you beautiful die cuts. This paper is just the paper company, I think. I can't be positive, but most of the solid cardstock that I buy, I keep calling it paper, it's cardstock, but most of the solid cardstock that I buy at my local craft store on Base, and it's usually the paper company. But these I just pulled out of my scraps, so I guarantee though that they're probably the paper company. So there we have it. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 6 dies. So the only ones left for me to show are the 2 flowers. The realistic rose and the sunflower. And I'm going to probably do each of those in their own video. Just because the realistic rose takes a little while with curling the petals and putting them all together and then curling them around to make them look like a rose. And then the sunflower I have not yet played with. I might do it once off camera just so I kind of know what I'm doing before I do it for y'all, because I don't like looking silly going, okay, what do I do? So, but alright, so that's where I'm going to end this video. I just wanted to share these so you can see how gorgeous they are, and hopefully you'll go over to diemonddies.com and order some And when you're over there and you're ordering some, because you're going to do it. You know you are. Because you can't resist, right? And why can't you resist? Because there's a coupon. Who doesn't love coupons? So coupon code Kerri's Friend, 10% off your entire purchase, free shipping. Can't beat it. And then if you are interested in this little monarch butterfly, I do have this die that I am giving away. So go back. The video right before this is my giveaway video. Check it out. And enter in the giveaway, because I will be honest, as of right now, I only have one entry in the giveaway. So your chances right now of winning are really good. And that giveaway is open till October 15th, and I'll update you and let you know like how many people are entered and stuff. But definitely check it out. Help spread the word about Diemond Dies. So, thank you all for watching, and I will be back soon. Take care. Bye-bye.